Because then it becomes intentional. Yeah. Then it becomes authentic, and then you can actually feel what you're singing, and it's not just pretty notes coming out of someone. It's a story. It's an emotion.
Yeah.
And that's when you get people being like,
Hey Voxstar, and welcome to From Singer to Artist. I'm Lara Chapman, award-winning singer and songwriter turned viral vocal coach and the host of this show. At VoxTape Studios, we help singers from all over the world level up their voices by teaching them the 3 fundamental skills all singers need: technique, awareness, and artistry. Whether you're looking to go pro or just develop your voice for fun, my team and I are here to help. Check the link in the description to book your first session or grab some of our other resources. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's get started. I have a very special guest with me here today in LA. Beautiful, sunny, gorgeous LA. But the person who's here is even more beautiful, sunny, and gorgeous. Welcome, Juliana Beltran.
hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited you're here.
Oh, I'm excited that you're here. I'm in your neck of the woods, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you were able to make the time to come out here as a part of our team. Very special part of our team.
Thank you.
Juliana is a coach here at VoxTape Studios, and she is helping our amazing students and singers feel more confident in their singing, express themselves freely, obviously work out some vocal kinks, you know, like some technical things that they might be experiencing as well. You have to tell us a little bit more about that, but for me, from my perspective, it's like the thing that you really love doing is the artistry aspect of singing, and you know, not necessarily matching pitch, though that's important.
Very.
But but what really lights you up is the artistry behind it.
Yeah, it's so special because obviously we want to have a good base, a good foundation to then build the artist project that you're creating. Whether you know what it is or not, I think it's super hyper important to not think about technique, because then that gets in the way of finding your voice. So once we're already good and comfy with, you know, a range where we feel comfortable, you know, that prima voce, then it's really fun to start thinking about, okay, what do I want from my voice? Where does it sound good? Where does it feel good? Where can I express myself more freely? And what tools do I have or can get better on to explore more and have more fun? So yeah, it's so cool. I love it.
I'm really excited to dig deeper into that with you, just like artistic expression and all of that juicy stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of on today's agenda is just getting to know you and your not songwriting, but your coaching style. You're a songwriter as well, so
Yes.
you know that probably influences your artistry and also your coaching there too, because you can help our students with their songwriting as well, not just their singing. And to just kind of like show everybody what your coaching style is like, I'm gonna be your guinea pig.
That's so fun.
And I'm gonna sing a little something and you get to coach me through it.
Lovely. I can't wait. Excited.
I'm already nervous.
No, I don't bite.
So maybe let's first do a little vocal warm-up.
Okay.
Let's start with that. You're the coach today. So
Oh.
do you want to warm me up, do a little call and
Sure.
response thing, or whatever it is you want to do?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah?
start it off. Let's see. Oh,
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 oh, okay.
Do you want to do it?
I want to go? Okay, I gotta warm myself up. Okay.
I get so nervous. I don't know
No,
why.
you're doing such a great job with it. Let's throw in some like actual exercises in here too. Some like a C C C C.
C.
Hold on, we're snapping on 1 and 3 now,
Oh.
like amateurs. That was my fault. 3, hold on. C C C C
C.
C C C C. some Lana today, which means we got to go down into the basement, not just up in these high notes. So we're going to go down a little bit. You got those low notes? Because, baby, that's where I feel comfy-table. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh.
Oh.
Nya, 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 nya.
Nya, 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 nya.
Yeah, because like a lot of times when you dig down into these super low notes, it's like, and now I'm in my throat. So if I'm thinking more like nya, 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 or like a doobie doobie doo, it helps to get out of the throat and reach those low notes with a little bit more ease.
I love that. That's
yes.
really cool.
Amazing. So tell me, Miss Juliana.
Yes.
Because
Clara.
you are Spanish. You are Colombian.
Yes.
And living in LA, you've been in LA for a couple years now. Let us know, everybody. Tell us your story. Music, how did you get started? How did you end up in LA coming from Colombia? Tell us.
I've been singing forever, as I'm sure you have been too. I don't remember a time where music just like wasn't a thing for me. Like it's from the moment I wake up to when I fall asleep, like I'm singing in my head or out loud. And I was put in choir when I was like 4 years old. And like ever since, I've just been active with my instrument. And later on came piano, guitar. I even played violin and flute at some point, but I was not very good at those.
Wow.
But, you know, very musical. So I felt like it was my way of expressing. And I started writing my own songs when I was 11. Not very good, but I started.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
When I was 11, you know, and that's just how the ball started rolling. After that, with my best friend, we won the high school, you know, talent show.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a huge moment. And I vividly remember being on stage and seeing the reaction of people to what I was doing. And that just changed it. I was like, no, this is it. Okay, cool. I found it.
Yeah.
And still to this day, like that energy interaction, like that trade, when you're giving something from you and you're getting something back in return, I think it's just beautiful. And I don't think I get it in any other way. It's so precious. So that's why I think also why I'm so connected to helping other people feel that, because I know how good it feels. But yeah, basically after I won the competition, I was like, okay, I'm really serious about this. So I got private lessons. And
So you won the competition without ever having had private lessons?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big natural talent, because your girl over here could not do that. I needed the lessons to sound decent, so that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, I was trained classically, kind of, because I was in choirs a lot, but it wasn't one-on-one. So yes, I was trained, but not, a little.
Yeah.
And yeah, then I started researching how could I move to Los Angeles at 12 years old, as one does.
As you do.
In Latin America, you know. My parents were like, absolutely not. You're finishing high school, and then you're going to go to college. So I had to find a music school.
Yeah.
And I was going to go to Berkeley. I went to, funny enough, the reason why I'm here today, I went to a Berkeley summer school that they used to hold here in Santa Monica High School in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
And it was a 2-week program, and I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with everything. And I toured at my Musicians Institute right in Hollywood, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm coming here. This is it. And I just knew.
Wow.
And the rest is history.
You know what? Our stories are so similar.
Like the opposite.
Because like the opposite and so similar.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I was also 12 when I told my parents that I will move to the United States. I didn't say Los Angeles, but I was like, I will move to the United States to become a singer.
Okay.
plans have changed a little bit since then, but I did in fact move to the United States and became a singer. And then your parents were also like, well, not right now, and also you're gonna get a college degree. My parents were the same way. They're like, you have to have that stupid piece of paper. It's not a stupid piece of paper, it's an important piece of paper. But I also had to get the piece of paper, and I got the piece of paper, but in music.
Amazing.
There you go.
Lovely.
Right? Did you come here right out of high school then, or
There was like a 6-month period, maybe a little bit longer, because of like time things, like when you started, like my high school ended at a certain month, and then the year school, I don't know.
Weird,
Within
but
the same
kind
year.
of. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 18 when I moved here by myself.
Yeah, same. But I was in
babies.
New York. You were in LA.
LA.
There you go.
Yeah, crazy.
If only I had gone to MI.
We would have
crossed paths a little earlier. We eventually found each other
exactly.
anyways.
Well, we did.
Yes, we did. We did. So, okay, so now you're in LA. You're 18 years old. You're at MI. You're studying. You're doing things. Like, how did life evolve from there?
It was so fun. I think it was the first time that I could truly, fully be myself and find out who I was. Because I come from a very, very happy whole family, but I was a very protected, bubbled child. I think that's very common for people from South America. If you have the means, you want to be kept safe. So there was so many things that I didn't really know about coming here, and I was just like such a baby in every single way. So like even learning how to make new friends that you didn't grow up with since you were, 4 years old, right? That was so hard. And through music, which is my favorite thing, that was like so easy because it is a universal language. Like I was able to collaborate with people that didn't really feel comfortable speaking English, but through music, easy.
Yeah.
Done. And through that, I met my 5 best friends to this day, like in that school, and, we're family now. And we've worked together, like, through music. My EP that's being mixed right now.
Ooh!
Yeah.
What?
We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
My best friend from school, she is part of that. She helped me record it. She was my vocal engineer. It is just, an ongoing collaboration with just people around you. But yeah, I graduated, went back home for a little bit, did some music in Colombia, came back here finally after the pandemic, and yeah, it goes by so fast, it's insane. Like we were just talking about that. I was like, how have so many years have passed? But yeah, I'm doing music full time.
Wow, that is so exciting. And you got music. Oh, I didn't know you had like an EP being processed
mixed
right now.
Yes,
process is the
exciting.
wrong word, but you know what I mean.
It is
in the works, like we're close to having to come out because you've been releasing singles. And so I'm like, oh my God, there's a whole project coming.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So where does vocal coaching fit in for you?
I started vocal coaching back in 2019. So it was right before the pandemic. I knew I was coming back to LA, and I knew I had to have some sort of saving account set up. I was like, okay, I need to make money so I can sustain myself. So for 2 months, I did customer service, like through the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Telecommunications, telemarketing.
Sure, yeah.
Let's call it that. Maybe it's not. So sorry. I lasted 2 months.
Yeah.
I was a top performer of the floor.
Yeah.
But I was sick and tired. Like, it made me ill to do that. So I was like, okay, let's find something else that I'm good at and that I enjoy that also gives me money. So I started researching online, and I found this, website where you can tutor online. And I started charging $20 an hour, and now it's higher. But
well, you have a whole lot more experience now.
And that's how it started. I started with like 1 student a month, and then it started to build up, and I loved it. I was like, wait, I'm actually learning as I teach. And sometimes it still happens to this day. I'm explaining something, or someone asks me a question. I'm like, just words come out, and I'm like, oh, like it's making sense as I'm saying it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I didn't know I knew that.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I love that.
I so remember my first student.
Yeah.
And because I was in the same shoes as you. I was like, oh, well, I'm doing music things. I got to make money somehow. So I started teaching voice lessons and, created a little poster on like Canva or whatever. That was like pre-Canva, but whatever.
Yeah.
Did a little something there, posted that on my social media. And then this dude who was retired was like, yeah, I'll do a session with you. Yeah. And then I opened my door because that was, in person. It was an in-person lesson. So I opened my door and there I was and there he was. And he was like, no offense, but aren't you in high school? And I'm like, so no, I graduated from college. Give me a chance.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
And he loved it and he came back.
Aww.
And, over and over and over again. But, just looking back at this now, I'm like, wow, I really had no clue. And I learned so much from doing.
Yeah.
And not only did I become a better teacher that way, because, you work with different people, you see how they all react differently. But also, I myself became a better singer because I kind of was able to explore my voice through somebody else's voice. And it was like, oh, yeah. Oh, and I should do that too. And oh, yes. And obviously a ton of research on online, right? Yeah. Just like buying books and watching videos and, just educating myself on how to be a better vocal coach and all that stuff. But a lot of it is just like learning by doing. And my teaching style has evolved so much.
Same.
Through the years, things that I said in my first lesson, I'll be like, I probably shouldn't say that again.
Canceled.
You learn.
Yeah.
You learn as you grow, and we have people on our team who have a master's degree in teaching voice. And what I love about our team is that we all have different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So if it's like something highly technical that we need to look at or building someone's vocal foundation, I'm like, you go to Emily or to Kate, somebody who has a master's degree in this and they know their shit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we don't. We just have a different approach. Yes, they do know more. Yeah. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say that.
No,
they do know
neither.
more.
Yeah.
But they also have a different approach from us. So, for you, again, it's more like the artistic side that you're trying to bring into your coaching as well. So it's not like, and here's how we can tweak the note to get the note to come out better.
Yeah.
But more like, well, how do we want the note to come out? How is this supporting the storytelling of the song? Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, right? So we just all have a different approach, which makes us such a good team, because then depending on what the student needs, they can do a lesson here, they can do a lesson there with this person, that person, and so forth. So we can kind of, support the students every which way.
Yeah, more balanced.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So tell us a little bit more about your style.
Yeah. I try and start, obviously it depends with every student, but if I get a new student, I try and get to know them a little bit. In terms of what do they listen to, what do they enjoy, not just like musically, but like artistically in all kinds of ways, because I feel like you get a little bit more information that way. So if someone's like, oh, I really like Lady Gaga, I'm like, okay, why? Tell me. Like, what exactly do you like about her? Some people are like, oh, she's just like very outgoing and like weird and quirky. I'm like, okay, cool. So you like that side. Like that could be something that you're attracted to, and that could be part of your own artistry or not. You just like it, but just like having information. Or I like lower registers. I like softer singing, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like to have information that might serve you in your own journey. And then once I know that that's what they like, I challenge the opposite.
Ooh.
You like Billie Eilish? Let's do Dua Lipa.
Okay.
Because then that gives them rhythm. That gives them forward, singing. That gives them a little bit more of a character to play with. And that can be edited and molded into whatever they want to do after. Because I always like think of tools in a toolbox or collars in a collar box, right?
Yeah.
You might just use 3 colors, but if you have 20, you don't just have to use 3. Like you could pick and choose and play. And if you don't want to use all of these, you don't have to. But you know them and you can use them. They're accessible, which is so fun as a singer, especially if someone's writing and like trying new things. It's really hard to do new things if you are only doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. And I tell that to myself all the time. It's really hard because we get comfortable. We get really comfortable. And that's when that stagnation period happens and we need to rebuild and, rewire stuff. So, yeah, I think I might be a little bit more on like a one-to-one basis. Like I adjust myself to the student, but that's kind of my point of view. Like, okay, where are you now? Where do you see yourself? Let's see what we can do around that, and then let's kind of like put you together.
Yeah. I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, that's what you like? Great. Let's do the opposite." Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. It's all about the exploration.
Yeah.
And so, with our students, we have different kinds of programs. But for example, the singer to artist transformation program, it's all about like first we build your vocal foundation so that you can hit the right notes at the right time and you sound good doing so. Because if we can't do that, the artistry part of it is going to get really difficult and it's not going to matter that much. I'm not saying that pitch is everything. It's absolutely not. We have tools like Autotune that can help us with that. But it's still, we need to have a solid vocal foundation first.
Yeah.
And then it's all about, all right, cool, now you got the foundation, now let's explore. Now let's have fun and explore, high notes, low notes, vibrato, straight tone, distortion, or vocal, like a little bit of vocal fry or heavier distortion, or vocal flips, vocal cries. Let's explore breathy singing, let's explore twangy singing. Like, let's just explore and see what you like and what you don't like. And also train your ears to hear that in other singers as well. Like what you said, okay, you like Lady Gaga, cool, why? Because a lot of people, they stop there. They're like, I like Lady Gaga. That's it. All right, cool. That's not enough information just yet. That doesn't really tell us a lot. At all. So let's go a level deeper. I love that you're doing that with your students. It's fun and it really, I don't know, you learn things about yourself that you might not have been aware of.
Exactly. And I feel like I grew up being so like affected in a positive way by voices. Like if I would hear, let's say, Christina Aguilera, she was one of the first artists that I heard that I was like, why am I crying? Like, what is happening physically to me that I'm reacting? Or, very different singer, my mom dragged me to an Andrea Bocelli concert. I was sobbing.
Yes.
Sobbing at like 11 years old.
I saw him twice in 1 year. Last year.
He's incredible.
I went to Italy just for his concert.
Wow. Dreams. Okay.
I planned a whole trip just around his 30th anniversary concert thing in his hometown.
Adore him.
It was good. And he came to my home, like not my hometown, but where I live too. Went to go see him there. And I was like, oh, just
magic.
I am not a classical singer, nor do I have any desire to become one, nor do I want to watch operas or anything. But there's something about Andrea Bocelli that's just, oh my God.
I know. It's wild.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I feel like that's when I started to notice, like, okay, there's like an effect that happens with a human voice. That's not just a sound, but it's a feeling, it's emotion. It causes something inside of you. And I was like, wow, I want to do that. Yeah. That's really cool. And I remember another performance of mine. It was like my graduation. It was before I graduated, but we had a music program and we had to like perform like a final, like a recital of sorts. And a lot of like friends came and like their moms. And I remember singing this old school bolero. And people were tearing up. And I was like, wow, I'm doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was a baby when I did that. But I was like, wait, this is really cool. Like I can cause an emotion through my instrument.
Yeah.
And once I started to recognize, why does that happen? How can I make that happen? And consistently, which is still a journey. It doesn't happen with every song. It doesn't happen every day. But it's really fun to be able to recognize it and also see other people do it. Like, there's been moments with students that I get emotional. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
you're doing it.
Yes.
You did it. And it's really fun to see that.
Yeah. That's kind of step 3 in the program,
Oh, yeah.
right? We have step 1, which is building the foundation. Step 2 is the exploration, and then step 3 is the emotional connection and making choices, like vocal choices,
Yeah.
based on that, right? So like, what am I trying, like what emotion am I trying to convey with this? Because a lot of times it's like, well, I want to belt the notes. Okay, cool, but why does it need to be belted? You know, just making conscious choices and decisions like that support your artistry, support your emotional connection, storytelling, all of that. And it's also where we, you know, find your signature sound, your radio effect, whatever it is you want to call it, so that people can recognize you. But just hearing you, all of that comes into play there in that last part of the program, the Singer Artist Transformation Program. And that's where students finally get to work with you. Because, you know, they work with the master people first, the master degree people first to build the foundation, and then they come and explore their artistry with you, which is so, which is just so fun. And getting those different inputs from different coaches, different perspectives, all that. Because that doesn't mean that you can't teach vocal technique and that they can't teach artistry.
Yeah.
You are all very qualified to teach any of the above, but just getting the different approaches is just so exciting. I mean, I have had over 15 different voice teachers through my journey, because when you go to college, you work with many different teachers all at the same time. That's why my number is so high. Every single one of those people that have helped me with my singing voice, I've learned something from, something valuable that stuck with me. Some more than others, but you can learn so much from these different people out there. But you have a really, really cool approach, again, that really stuck out to me, where it's like, yeah, you like this, cool, let's do the opposite.
Yeah. And it works sometimes. It doesn't work others. There's a lot of people that are very, very sure of what they want and what they don't want, which is also good. Just also being careful not to limit yourself because of what you think you want. Again, I'm talking to myself here, because it happens a lot. I'm like, okay, I've been singing for like over 20 years now. Like, I know what I want.
Yeah.
Do I? We change cells every 7 years. Like, I could be a totally different person if I, did not hold myself back.
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually a mistake that I made very early on in my career. I didn't know who I was, what I wanted to do. I was just literally, I kept telling myself in my brain, I just need to find somebody to tell me what to do, and I'll just do that. Literally. Like, I wanted people to write songs for me and tell me who I'm going to work with, and I just go and perform. Like, that's kind of ish what it used to be many, many moons ago, but definitely not now anymore.
Yeah.
But also, like, I was just like, just tell me what to do and I'll do whatever it is you want me to do, right? And I had like zero emotional connection, went to musical theater school where I had acting classes, and that's where like, oh, okay, amazing. I'm actually telling stories here. I'm not just showing off my vocal ability. Cool. Learn a lot from that. Don't want to do musical theater, but learn a lot from it.
Yeah.
But anyways, where I went wrong, in quotes, wrong, where I had a lot left to learn and to grow, was when I first went pro, when I, signed a management deal with someone in Nashville, moved down there. They told me that they really liked my low notes. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to go do that now. And I completely ignored the other parts of my voice. And I limited myself to that. And that is my prima voce. That is the sweet spot of my voice. This is where I feel most at home. This is what I love doing the most. What feels easiest to me, right? So it wasn't wrong to do that, but I completely stopped doing anything else. And that was the mistake that I made, because the less I explored other parts of my voice, or just maintained other parts of my voice, the heavier and stiffer my voice would get, and then the more tired I would get from singing, and it was just like a whole downward spiral from there, right? Again, learn a lot from it, learn from your mistakes, and make changes moving on, right? But yeah, it's finding the balance of what's your thing, your prima voce, your sweet spot, but then also, well, let's still have some other things that we can do too. I kind of look at it in like circles, maybe, where you have your core, right? That your most inner circle. That's your prima voce. That's your sweet spot. That's where you feel the best, you sound the best, what you love doing most. And that, let's say that consists of 3 to 5 things, maybe, right? That's your signature sound. Then you have another circle around that, a bigger one, where now those are other tools that you have access to, that you can intersect, right? So like Billie Eilish, we don't think of Billie Eilish as a belter. No. By any means. That's not her core. Her core is breathy singing. Oh, yeah. And soft singing. Not just breathy, but also soft, right? Like, just that kind of stuff. So, that doesn't mean she can't belt. She can. We've heard her do it. She does. So, that's in that next outer circle. Like, it's tools that she has that she can pull from.
And it makes it so much more special when you hear it. You're like, oh.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, she can do that.
And then I do believe there's a third circle of other things that you can also do, but you choose to never do because it doesn't feel right to you. But cool. You could. In 7 years, you're a completely different person because all your cells are now different, like you just said. Well, maybe in 7 years you want to.
Exactly.
So it's still useful to have that third circle, too.
Yeah. That's a very cool way to look at it.
Just made that up. Wow. The circles thing. I just
like
made the circles thing up.
I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because you're like expanding what you already know.
Yes. Yeah. You mostly stick to your core, but then you have other things that you can add, and then you have some more stuff that you could choose to do, but you're choosing not to. Right. But maybe in a couple years from now, you do. So you have it.
Yeah.
Have it in your back pocket.
Exactly. And that could be just part of like your like practice with your voice on like keeping up with your instrument, whether you choose to use it or not, that's up to you, but not doing it because you're like, I'm never gonna sing in that style. I think that's a mistake. Like, why not just do it, learn it, master it, and keep it? If you don't want to use it, don't use it. But now you know how to do it,
and it's a choice then at that point.
Exactly.
Right. It all comes down to choice. You choose what you want to do. You choose how you want to sing that note. You choose how to express yourself. Whatever it is, it should be a choice. Yeah. And we need to have the vocal skills, the vocal abilities to have it be a choice. Yeah. Otherwise, the voice chooses for you, and then it's not your choice. Then it's your voice is in charge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been there, done that. You learn as we go.
Yeah.
Do we want to work on a little song?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, like I said, my prima voce, my sweet spot, my tessitura, my strengths, my comfort zone, it's all the same thing. Yeah. Is low notes for me.
Beautiful.
And so I was like, okay, cool. Who's got some low notes? Well, Lana Del Rey has got some pretty gorgeous low notes. So I picked the song Video Games.
Lovely.
It's a song that is pretty comfortable in my voice. It's not a huge range. Low notes range, yes, but nothing up high. So it's pretty easy for me to sing. So I did not practice it in the sense of like, and this is the story that I want to tell, and this I want to sing this note that way because I want to have this emotion conveyed or whatever, right? Like, I'm just like, yeah, this feels easy in my voice, so I'm just gonna sing it and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I also don't really know the lyrics, so I have to like look over here. I was practicing it in the car over here.
Oh, I love this. It's a beautiful song.
LA traffic took me forever.
Girl.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, whistling my name. Open up a beer and say get over here and play a video game. I'm in this favorite sundress, watching me get undressed, take that body downtown. I say you're the bestest, leaning for a big kiss, put his favorite perfume on, go play your video game. It's you, it's all for you. Everything I do, I tell you all the time. Heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you wanna do. I heard that you like the bad girls, honey. Is that true? It's better than I ever even knew. They say that the world was built for two, only worth living if somebody is loving you. Baby, now you do.
Woo!
All right.
Amazing. I love that song. Oh,
It's
beautiful.
so beautiful. And it's so comfortable and easy for me in my
Yeah.
range. And I don't know. I like my low notes. So
They sound gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
But, it's like, well, this is just me straight up just singing the song without having put much
yeah.
effort or energy into it.
Yeah, it's just like flowy and comfortable. I'm not hearing tension pop up, which is really nice. That's like what we talked about, like having the foundation. Like, okay, this is comfortable. This is tension free. Let's add spice.
Yes, and we want to
mix
make
the
sure that
pot.
we can have it be tension-free first, comfortable, effortless, and then do all the other stuff on top. Because
Absolutely.
sometimes, though,
Yeah.
sometimes we can make a vocal choice
Yeah.
to release the tension. So everything in singing is connected.
Yeah.
And it's not like we can't completely disconnect and separate things from
Yeah.
each other because everything's connected. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, true.
Tell
Very
me how
true.
pretty I am and how good I sound.
You sound so good, Lara. You know this. Our listeners and viewers know this. You have a beautiful voice. What I hear is more like, where could we have contrast? Where
Yeah.
could there be different spots where you show off more of your different characteristics in your voice, different textures, what makes you stand out as a singer, and also connecting it to the story. Like, what are you singing about? Who do you picture? So let's start with the feeling, like the main theme, the main idea, and then we'll kind of like build it up. What do you see in your head or picture when you're singing this in the car? Like, what is the thought, theme, idea of the song?
So this is where I'm such a beginner.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Great. That's a
so
great place to start. Beginner.
I don't listen to the lyrics.
Okay.
Ever.
Cool.
I don't pick songs based on lyrics.
Okay.
I pick songs based on where do they sit in my voice? Can I pull this off? Yeah, cool. Let's do it. And then let's figure out the emotional connection to it. And I am honestly a little ashamed to admit that
That's okay.
still to this day, I don't know what the song is about.
Fair. Let's figure it out. It's okay.
I don't know.
It's okay.
But something about video games. Go play your video game. I mean, it's you, it's all for you. Everything I do, I tell you all the time. Heaven is a place on earth with you. So it's like, there's like, I'm in love with you. You are my person.
Okay.
Right? So like, I know the lyrics, so I can like, okay, well, yeah,
Yes.
what is it about?
Rewind.
But I have to actively make it a choice to think about that.
Yes. That's part of the work. Unfortunately, we have to work.
Oh no! This is not just easy. Like you can do it or
there's
not.
so many things that go into it.
Oh my god.
But that's also the cool part, because if you're a singer, if you already enjoy singing, if you enjoy performing, you are entering the artist territory. Whether you choose to pursue an artist career or just be an artist in your free time, that's up to you. But you are an artist, right? So that involves a little bit of background work. So if you're, let's say, an actress, you don't go into a set and just say your lines. You have to think of who this character is. What's their backstory? Are they having a good day? Did they lose someone, that they loved? Or are they in love? Whatever. There's like a lot of background stuff. And it's just going to help create a more authentic version of your voice in that moment. Whether it's 3 minutes in a song or a full album or a full set list in a concert, there are so many things to think about.
Yeah.
But if we just think of this tiny little minute and a half of this song, we think, okay, there's feelings of love, there's feelings of kind of like adoration, maybe.
Homey.
Okay, homey, all right.
Comfortable. I'm feeling comfortable with you. I'm feeling at home with you.
Okay.
Safe.
Okay, beautiful. There's a line where she says, only worth living if somebody is loving you, baby, now you do. Like, that to me is like, if someone would say that to me, I would just die and just combust.
Marry me.
Literally, like, hello, like, please, I'm available. I'm kidding. But yeah, it's like, that's when my own songwriting persona comes out, and I'm like, I wish I wrote that. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I love melodies, and I come up with melodies all the time, but there's just something about lyrics that are so special. And she is incredible. I'm not sure
Did
if
she write
she
this song?
that's what I was thinking about. I don't know
I
I don't know if she wrote this, but whoever wrote this did a great job at making
a place on earth with you.
it's so beautiful, and making a good balance between a good melody, like something like that you can remember, that you can repeat, that's catchy, but also that has meaning and emotion behind it. Like, that's not easy. No.
Yeah.
So then what can you do with that, right? So you said there's feelings of love, hope, safety, homey, right?
Yeah. So, because I'm just like looking here over here at the lyrics, and in the verse, and the song is called Video Games.
Yeah.
And she literally says, like, go play your video game. But leading up to it, I say you're the bestest. Lean in for a big kiss. Put his favorite perfume on. Go play your video game.
So I see that as two, and that's the cool thing about art and lyrics. She, or whoever wrote this, could have a very specific meaning. You can think whatever you want of that. I see two possibilities in that specific area. Like, put his favorite perfume on and go play your video games. It's something that she's telling him, like, you look pretty, you look nice, it's beautiful. Okay, now you go do you. Or it's the same illusion that you're in a video game and you're kind of like in that dreamy space.
Yeah.
Whichever works best for you, right? So, like, it's honestly whatever.
Because
we would have to ask the writer.
It could almost be the opposite. Like, that second one that we were talking about. My brain went in exactly the same two spots.
Yeah.
But the second one that you were talking about, it's almost like this is an illusion. Like, nobody is gonna put on your favorite dress and put on your favorite perfume and be all da 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 da, and you go play your video game, go be a boy, and I'll be over here.
Yes,
you know,
looking
like,
pretty. Yeah.
This is not real life. You know,
exactly.
like, we could look at it that way as well. To me, what speaks more truthfully to me is the other version of that is like,
great,
I'll go do all these nice things for you. Go play your video game.
Yeah,
my husband loves playing video games.
Then you can connect that. Amazing. Okay.
But the weird thing is, it says put his favorite perfume on and then go play your video game. Right? So it would almost be like his and your. It's like, hold on, those are two different people now. So for me, it's like, yeah. But also, I want to make this the same person. Am I allowed to do that?
You can totally do that. It's your version of the story. Once a writer, a singer, an artist releases something, unfortunately, now it's the people's.
Yeah.
Right? So you can...
fortunately.
Well, yes, of course.
However you want to look at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are, like, very married to, like, their version of things. You lose.
Yeah.
If you do that. Just, you know, art is art, and it is very subjective. So it can mean whatever you want. Like, if you ask what Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen means, everyone is going to tell you a different version. It is such a specific song. So it doesn't really matter whether it's right or wrong. It's what it means to you and how you connect to it. That's it. So if you think it's cute, lovey-dovey, you think of your husband,
like doing
amazing.
Nice things for him.
There
Like,
you go.
It's not like I'm going to be there standing in the kitchen all day and, you know, cleaning the house. Like, I love cooking, and I love cooking for him.
Amazing.
But also, your girl's a businesswoman.
Exactly.
She got shit to do.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, it's, again, it's but I don't know. I like it. I like doing nice things for the people that I care about and taking care of them and
It's beautiful.
lovey-dovey.
It is a love language. So it does go into play. So now let's think of how we're building up to that big chorus with like that big love declaration, right? You're not coming in to tell someone you love them at the top of your lungs, right? Like it starts smaller, you start building it, and then you say I love you.
Yeah.
So thinking of building up to that word or that moment in the song could also be a way of connecting to it in an artistic way. So I think of energy, because you are creating an energy form with your voice. So thinking about how am I coming up and then coming back down. Sometimes I make people like print out their lyrics or write them down and then move with a pen or a color, whatever, the energy peaks and valleys of the phrase. So if you're saying da 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 da
Yeah.
it's you, right? It comes up until you're like done with it. So one thing I noticed when you were singing it is that it stayed pretty much in the same threshold.
Yeah.
It didn't go too low, too soft, and you didn't go too high either, which is fine. But then choosing, okay, maybe there's some moments where I can have a little bit more vulnerability, maybe more breathiness to choose a little bit more of that kind of like cute side.
In low notes is tricky.
Yes.
Because you kind of lose the control. But we can play around with that. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with this song. Again, because like it's so easy to sing where it's like, okay, well, but now you got to make something out of it because otherwise it gets boring.
Yes, exactly. And that's why we have usually 3 sections in a song. You know, you have 3 choruses. So the first one is not going to be the same as the third. I always tell people you don't want it to be the same. Like
no,
it will get boring for you as a listener. So, for example, in this first chorus, instead of going if somebody, you're already fully top level. If somebody, and get really close to that mic. That's more vulnerable, more honest and raw. And then the last one, you could go if somebody, like you know, get out.
Yeah.
So that's, again, subjective. It's up to you. But you can see what are your options, what makes more sense to me as a singer, as a storyteller, and then go from there. Before, let's do a little rewind. So think of each line as a wave of energy, right? We're not going to start the wave at the peak of the wave. Right? So we're going to start off a little softer, come back down. When you feel the need to come up higher, amazing, and then bring it back down. Once you're in that chorus, bring. Maybe the highest note, is that true? Maybe go down a little bit. Play with it. It doesn't have to be that one, but just like play with contrast, right?
Yes, contrast.
Love that word.
I like
Contrast.
it.
And just have fun.
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, whistling my name. Open up a beer and say, get over here and play a video game. I'm in this favorite sundress, watching me get undressed, take that body downtown. I say you're the bestest, leaning for a big kiss, put his favorite perfume on, go play a video game. It's you, it's all for you. Everything I do, I tell you all the time. Heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you wanna do. I heard that you like the bad girls, honey. Is that true? It's better than I ever even knew. They say that the world was built for 2, only worth living if somebody is loving you. Well, baby, now you do.
Nice.
Just kind of playing around with it, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like.
That's so cool. What did you feel in this second version?
It was more flowy.
Yeah.
There is almost like, I know we're just in the beginning here, but there's almost like a part of me wants to go higher in pitch, not just higher in energy, but also higher in pitch.
Cool.
And I don't know how to do it. Like, I'd love to take a phrase or something and change the
Manipulate it.
melody.
That's one thing I love doing. And something that people feel very scared to do. First off, because they don't know how.
Yeah.
And also they don't want to like dishonor the song or like the writers.
Yeah.
Like, first off, it's your cover, it's your version. No one's gonna know.
Do whatever.
No one really cares that much, right? And if they do,
They're not your
Shoot.
people.
bye, blocked.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. So that's a very cool thing, especially with melodies that are quite repetitive with pop music. That happens a lot. If you're having like a calling to change it, what are those options? My first thought when I'm trying to change a melody is do the opposite of what the melody's doing.
Okay.
Where would you change it? Like, tell me one and we can workshop it.
Maybe it would be like the play your video game line, not in the first verse, but like after the first chorus, but just for the sake of this, like we'll do it in the first verse.
Okay.
But have something like, instead of go play a video game, go play a video game, like something where again, like you go just a little bit up, a little bit higher.
That's really cool
Because
again,
that's gonna help show contrast too. It's really difficult for me personally to show a lot of contrast in my voice when it's just that low.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing, and you did it a little bit with one line in Open Up a Beer. You added a little bit of fry. Open up a beer. That was really cool. And that's one of the tools that is very easily overdone. So I wouldn't do it a lot, but every now and then, even closing a line would be cool with a little fry. Sometimes when people are like, how do you close it? Like it's fun. So even if it's at the game might not be one, but if you're closing up a line, video game, and then you're dropping it.
Yeah.
Because it gives
Game.
a little bit of
Game.
edge. And it's not like full distortion, but it's not clean.
Yeah.
So you,
Just
again,
a little
something. Yeah. Spice. And again, not too much. That's very easily overdone and can be a little like off-putting if you're doing every single line.
Yeah.
But just every now and then it's cool. And I feel like when you're trying to change melodies, what I like to do is just a cappella, sing it over and over, and try and find the best version of that. So if I'm saying, go play a video game, go play a video game, go play a video game. If you're changing the rhythm, that could be cool. So see, that one maybe had a little bit more of an impact.
Yeah.
I changed phrasing and melody at the same time, which might be more complex. But
start somewhere.
exactly.
Right, yeah.
So sometimes I just do that until I find it, and then I record it so I don't forget. That's very important. Record your ideas and then try it in context, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
We have to think about the airflow of the line before and the line after. Does it make sense in the context of the song and with what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Sometimes when we are manipulating or changing the line, it can be not that beneficial for the song.
Just going back to like the emotional thing, like the story that you're telling, like what are you seeing?
Yes.
Oh, this is so weird, but I feel like go play a video game, like going down into these low notes, to me almost feels motherly. And if we go play a video game, like if you go up a little bit more, it feels
sweeter.
a little more playful.
Yeah.
A little bit more girlfriend.
Yeah.
Than mother.
Not mother. We don't want mother.
I have no idea how
they chose
my
that.
brain came to
No,
this.
I think that makes sense.
But
because it's kind of like go play your video game. Like it's very much,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. I feel that. So if that for you is like, okay, let me go a little softer, a little higher, maybe a little bit more twirly with those lines at the end.
Just
That's
so
great.
weird because like it feels so foreign to me
Mm-hmm.
to do the girly, the high, the lights, the riffy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not who I am.
But
like,
you had a feeling,
yes.
right?
And so now we're not in the core circle.
We're expanding.
We need to give these circles names. Yeah. But now we're in that next outer
And
circle
the second one,
where
yeah.
like I can do it. It's just not a part of my core thing. But yeah, I felt drawn to it somehow.
Yeah. And the only way to find out is just by doing it a
Yeah.
couple of times and questioning what's happening. What can you do? What is, that feeling that you're getting? Like, no, I want to go higher. No, I want to do a sweeter voice, or I want to go deeper. I want to, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And trying both.
Well, and then also my ego is like, well, but I don't want to change all the low notes because then people are going to think I can't reach those notes, but I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fun thing about pop music is because it is so repetitive, you can pick and choose, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The first 4 lines you could do exactly as is. Then maybe start changing it up as you go. I wouldn't start changing melodies at the first line.
No.
That's a little bit like, oh, okay.
a little aggressive there.
Hold on.
Yeah. Write your own song.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like mapping out where you have the freedom to make those changes and, going with it,
Yeah.
feeling based. And then you can think about like, okay, does it actually make sense? Do I really need this? It's, perspective.
Yeah, so for me, it's very much like, okay, well, I need to just explore this song and see, okay, how can I bring in contrast and just be playful with it?
Yeah.
And not necessarily judge it from day one or like the first try, but rather just like exploring different things. What can I do? What can my voice do? Where does it take me? And then if I find something that I love, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to do that over and over again.
Yeah.
And then or like not over and over again in the song, but like in that moment here, I'm making the choice to always do it that way. And be okay with exploring things that might not really, end up being in the final cut.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Just having fun with it, just exploring it, creating contrast. And when you're creating the contrast, keep in mind what it is you're
The
saying.
storytelling aspect. Yeah.
Exactly, because otherwise, like sometimes it's cool to do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And but again, like it should be a choice, right? Like an active thought,
Exactly.
and not like a whatever.
Yeah, because then it becomes intentional. Yeah. Then it becomes authentic, and then you can actually feel what you're singing, and it's not just pretty notes coming out of someone. It's a story. It's an emotion,
Yeah.
and that's when you get people being like, we want that. People.
Yeah.
We want that.
Do, and I just need to get better at that of like making that more of a priority than what I'm doing now.
Yeah, because you know the techniques, you know what your voice is capable of, and also what you're not fully comfortable with,
Yeah.
which is sometimes
When I
hard.
sing, I'm comfortable doing everything. I am perfect. So not.
I mean,
So
it's
not.
impossible to be, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
also not letting that define you or limit you.
Yeah.
There's always room to add those things that we're not super comfy with in ways that make us even better.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it all. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like that's also impossible, but there's always space to try and explore and expand your knowledge, your circles,
Yeah.
and just be a better version of yourself. And as an artist, just keep growing because it's ever evolving. Like it does not stop ever.
So you better be in it for the journey, not for the destination.
There we go. Get along for the drive. Yeah.
Yes.
That moment of you creating and choosing and listening to yourself is super nice. And like it makes you feel closer to yourself because you're listening to your gut and you're challenging those, habits or those negative thoughts that you might have about yourself. And then you're making yourself better because of those. So it's really important, I think, to keep growing and not get stagnant.
Yeah. It all comes down to finding that balance between staying in your prima voce, staying in your comfort zone, and leaving your comfort zone. Because if you never leave your comfort zone, which is what I did when I first went pro, quote unquote, pro, when I was done with school and I was recording my album, That's kind of the mistake that I made there. I just went completely with just my sweet spot.
Yeah.
In my vocal training leading up to that, I was everywhere but in my sweet spot, right? I was just constantly high and belty and blah, 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 all that stuff. And I learned to do it, and I can do it, and I can do it pretty well. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was completely out of touch with my prima voce. Then I was too in touch with my prima voce. And so now it's just about finding the balance. And I just love how, in this example here with video games, how we were able to discover the Ariana Grande side of me.
Yes. The Glinda in you.
The Glinda in me. There you go. Yeah, just, you know, the desire to go up to higher notes, obviously, comparatively, it's still very low, and we could go way higher, but then it
wouldn't serve it. Exactly.
Anymore. But just having that desire to go higher and to be a little lighter and riffier and all that, it's like, that's not usually something I'm drawn to at all. And so not just shutting that down because like, well, that's not my voice, like that's not my signature sound, that's not what I do, but being like, oh, okay, well, let's explore this. Like, what's the reason why I'm drawn to this, and can I make it, you know, fit the song exactly the way I want it to? So I did not expect that at all, and I'm kind of excited about it. It's super cool to be like, no, that part that you thought was not a part of you is a part of you.
That's the cool thing about challenging that, because a lot of times you might run into like some inner voice, whether that's your own or someone else's voice, a teacher, a family member, and you're like, oh no, I don't do high notes. Is it because someone told you can do high notes, or is it because you actually cannot produce high notes, which I think it's not true. So challenge that voice.
Anyone can learn to do anything. You just need to know how to do it. Like how to get there.
Right.
Like
and
the
that's
tools
why we're
to help you
here.
get there. Yes. That is exactly why we're here. Thank you so much. That was very helpful and unexpected, oddly.
Yeah, I love that. I'm glad.
Thank you. Thank you, Juliana.
Of course.
Hey, do we want to play a quick little harmonizing game?
Yes.
Because you love harmonizing.
I do.
And I'm terrible at it. But I will let you pick the song.
Okay. Let's just pick whatever comes out here. Okay.
Hopefully.
We both know it?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, like I'm gonna lose you. Do you know that one? I mean,
found myself dreaming.
You printed it.
I do. Well, I mean, I asked ChatGPT, give me 100 songs everybody knows. I found myself dreaming in silver and gold, like a scene from a movie that every broken heart knows. We were walking on moonlight, and you pulled me close. Split second and you disappeared, then I was all alone. I woke up in tears with you by my side, a breath of relief, and I realized, no, we're not promised tomorrow, so I'm gonna love you, yeah, like I'm gonna lose you, I'm gonna hold you, like I'm saying goodbye, wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we're run out of time, so I'm gonna love you, like I'm gonna lose you, I'm gonna love you, like I'm gonna lose you.
That was hard. Wow.
Nice.
There were like some
Super high harmonies.
Thank you. There were like some endings that I was like, does this go up here or does it go down? And I was like, okay, we found it.
It's so hard to do it on the spot, right? And so you're like, hold on. I found it.
And without a chord, it's tricky.
Yes.
But we did it.
Yes, I'm
love
impressed.
harmonies. Thank you.
congratulations.
And my favorite thing to do.
You are a great harmonizer.
Thank you.
And I had to focus on the melody so hard.
I know,
I
it's
got
hard.
track. Like, oh my God, hold on. I love it. That was pretty good. I'm impressed with ourselves.
Yay.
Let's go.
Go us.
Talk about your own artist project and, you know, kind of like how that became a thing, how you're evolving there, and what's new, what have you done in the past? Like, just fill us in.
For the, what is it? I guess now 2 years, I've been working on an EP and trying to find my voice as, you know, my own artist self. I feel like I deal with voices all the time, and I hear voices. I hear voices all day. Your voices, our beautiful student voices. And it sometimes I feel like can get interesting in terms of what I actually want. And listening to that inner voice and be like, okay, like, what do I want to put out? What do I want to write? And on top of musically what that is, I have my own, you know, journey with my identity, like my Latin side and my American side. What, you know, goes first or is more important. And I feel like with this project, I just wanted to try and marry them.
Wow.
And it's hard. It took a lot of back and forth and edits and just research, and, well, the songs are recorded, so that is done. So now it's just waiting till editing and mixing, all that is out. But yeah, I think I just needed some time to like just understand what was meant to happen with my music. I can write anything, but at the end of the day, it's like, what do I actually want to put out? That was important.
Wow, what you want to put out. That's the hard part too, like vocally. When you're working on something, it's like when you can do so many different things, it's like, oh, I can do so many things, what do I choose? But that's where the fun begins.
Yes.
And a little bit of the frustration sometimes too, but mostly the fun.
Absolutely.
Right,
and
so.
it is very frustrating because I want to make a disco album. I want to make a country album. I want to make a Latin album. Like, but you can't do that. I mean,
all at once.
You
one
could
after the other.
if you have millions of bajillions of dollars, but also like it's a thing to think about. Like the investment as an artist is big.
Yeah.
It's very big, and unless you are completely, you know, self-made and you can do it all with like production, mixing, editing, all of that, kudos to you. I can't.
Yeah.
It's not my calling.
Yeah.
It just takes time and effort and patience and money. So, you know, you have to like think, okay, what makes the most sense right now?
Yeah.
And you can always write the other albums later on.
Yeah.
You know, they will come.
Absolutely. Let it evolve. I mean, look at Taylor Swift. She's written so many different kinds of things. Beyonce, just one.
Best country album.
You never know.
Thought? Exactly.
You never know. Let it evolve. Let it like grow with it.
Yeah.
And do what you can. Do what you want.
Exactly. I feel like that's
feels right.
That's what, funny enough, that's the name of a song in the EP. Feel Right.
Well,
that's funny.
I can't wait to hear it. So tell us where we can find your music.
Yes. I'm on Instagram at juliana.beltran and all through YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Juliana Beltran, VoxTapeStudios.com. You can find me right there. My face is in that. But yeah, I'm very excited to just listen more to like what actually wants to be out and what I'm enjoying singing and enjoying like sharing and performing. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear your new music.
Thank you.
Just to wrap things up for today.
Yes.
I love asking this question to everybody we have on the pod of the cast because it's called From Singer to Artist.
Yes.
And we have our new program, the Singer to Artist Transformation Program. So what to you is the difference between a singer and an artist?
I feel like what stands out the most to me is the storytelling aspect. Like not just the sound of a singer, but the emotion that they're able to create with that and captivate people with. That's a very stark difference that can be felt immediately when someone starts singing. So, yeah.
So they're a little bit more concerned, like an artist is a little bit more concerned with the story that they're telling, and a singer is a little bit more concerned about
How they sound.
what they sound. Yeah, how they sound, what they sound like. There you go. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for being on. Thanks for being a part of the team.
Of course, I love it.
Yes, we love having you. Our students love having you.
I love them.
Yay! The love is all around, mutual.
I love it.
So thank you again. I'll link to your music so that everybody can go check it out.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye everyone.